Oh, welcome back to So We're in the States, baby. MLS is back. This Saturday, we are kicking off another season. And hey, I'm going to try to pay attention this year. But we have Alex, the auction watcher here. We have Thomas, Dad FC, new Dad FC. Congratulations. Zach ZM Star, always dropping the heat, dropping the info right from the beginning. The champs are here. That's right. And not only are the champs here, but the greatest silver player of all time. I don't care. Nobody argue that. Those are just facts. Orange Fly Bob is here. Why? Because MLS is coming back, and it is just a tremendous, exciting event that is happening in our lives. Shout out to Jay Blaze real quick in the chat early. Let's go. But Bob, let's just get right into it. All right. MLS is back. Orange Fly Bob is back. What's going on? What does that mean?
Dude, teach me. What is going on? Like, I feel like an ancient grandpa that was still like using his rotary phone. And like, I remember what Sorare was, and I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Like, other than just dumping money into stuff, I have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to need you guys to like look at my cards, tell me if I screwed up, and tell me what to do. Like, explain leaderboards and streaks and that crap to me. I mean, I think I get it, but like, how do I level all these things? So yeah, man, I'm excited. MLS is awesome. You know,
Dude, I love it. See, Orange Fly coming to drop the heat off of me a little bit for being gig. Hey, I also don't know what's going on, and I need these fellas to let me know what's going on. But you know, if Bob is swimming around the waters again, you know there is money to be made. There are leaderboards to champion and all that good stuff. Also, shout out Red or Dead. Flores, oh my God, look, you bring Orange Fly back, and all of a sudden all the homies come back from the woodwork. That's right, Bob, we're going to get you educated. I'm going to use that education to help myself too. And dude, let's take it to Thomas, Dad FC. What do we got going on? What's exciting you the most for this MLS weekend?
For me personally, just a clean slate for Atlanta, I think is the nicest thing. Tata's back. I won't be going to any of the home games to start the year, but I think we're away for the first couple anyway. And yeah, in terms of Sorare, I think I'm just excited to see it. I feel like a new group of guys in my gallery that I didn't use last year. So I think like of the few auctions I feel like I was able to win, I would say more than half were guys that I didn't even own last season. And that also tells you like how bad I did last year, right? In terms of Sorare, because I went pretty hard for Atlanta. I thought they were gonna actually be pretty good. And two, I think it just continues to paint the picture that MLS is an ever-changing league, that there's always going to be new stories happening. I know there's some players that exited this past offseason that were pretty big, you know, the Wagners and a few others. And so I think it just always poses a brand new challenge. And then just icing on top of the cake, my in-season Heung-min Son is currently sitting at 17%. I have to wait a month and a half, 23 days and 21 hours till I can hit it level 10. And then I think once the Tottenham cards start to go even lower, I'm going to be hunting for some deals to get that percentage up to, I think 19% is what I can get to the most. 19 or 20, I actually don't know.
Oh, me and Bob can't tell you. No, but honestly, I mean, dude, that Son's the play, man. If it's not Messi, it's probably Son. But Thomas, kind of like you mentioned, there's been a lot of there's a lot of moving pieces in the MLS internally. Now that we have all those cash deals, and of course the international market as we try to move to that winter calendar. Alex, our local auction watcher. Speaking of all the moving pieces in the MLS, how is it looking? How are the markets looking?
Right. I mean, right now we started off basically just a full dump, everybody go crazy. That's how it is usually, but I think we're seeing higher prices for those mid-range players that like most people would be like, okay, I can own this guy, I can use him. So those guys who are probably going to be like 10, 15 bucks in 2 or 3 months from now, they're like 50 right now. So I guess it's really, do you think that the utility from those will be that valuable? Which I don't think it is. That's why I'm kind of staying clear for now of those guys. But yeah, I think just everybody's sort of dumping money. Luckily, K-League people aren't going too crazy yet. It seems like I think there's just like
two people.
There's two guys that are just buying up everything, which they swing into auctions late, so you can kind of get a feel for what it's going to be like before that. Yeah, right now it's a fun time to just see how prices are, because they might change tomorrow. Like Lawrence Anelli was $40 limited 2 days ago, and I got them for 18 this morning.
Ooh. Sounds like people are starting to run out of money. There's starting to be some deals on the market right into the first weekend of the season. Interesting. Zach, I know you've been sitting on a balance. I know you've been planning to kind of go off at the beginning of this MLS season. How's it going for you? Did you end up buying some stuff, or did you kind of say, whoa, hold on?
Well, when the market opened, I was away, floating. I was floating away, so I bought internet for the day just so I could put in a few bids on some auctions.
That's real.
So I managed to grab a couple day oneers. So then I got back. I got back to Civilization on Saturday. Threw in some bids, but mainly yesterday was when I started taking off on my purchases, and I have no concept of a deal. If I want the cards, I'm just gonna go get the cards, and I may have overpaid. I mean, we're all overpaying. That's just the nature of the hot streaks being at 3x right now. But I'm pretty happy. I'm looking at my list now, and I'm like, man, I probably should have gotten other players. But that's what you do.
No, you got to stick with your gut. All right, you had a plan going into it. Don't start going off that path now, because then you're going to start digging yourself into a hole. But that's also what we love doing on Sorare. So hey, that means you're winning. Let's go. But Bob, all right. So you're coming back. You're just like me. You don't really know what's going on. What's the first thing? Where's the first place your head looks at when you're going, hey, I need to hop in? What's the first thing you need to know? What's the most important thing to you?
Well, I need to know where everyone is playing, right? I need to know where is going to be the biggest bang for my buck. And I've been hearing, because it's not like I've been completely disconnected from Sorare. I'm still talking to people like Laird and other people just in general, and listening to what's going on and following all the tweets. So I know hot streaks are a thing, but I have to figure out exactly what to do. And then I was told that leaderboards is this new thing that's coming in. And so what I'm trying to figure out right now is where to play my best team. When do you push to streaks, like that kind of stuff? Because when it comes down to it, I know that you need Son, you need Messi. Like I understand who the main targets are that we want to get. Carlos Heel, all of those guys. But because I didn't really pay a lot of attention as much to Sorare last season, I didn't realize how good, Jack McGlynn was on sets and how great Seb Berhalter has become on sets. So these are new things that I'm trying to figure out. And I thought San Diego was like a neat little toy to play with. And now all of a sudden, their team has a lot of really usable cards that come through there, which is where I immediately went. So for me, my goal always is win, win, win. And so that's what I need a little help with here to try to figure out, number one, what tools do I use? Because I no longer have Sorare data. So what sites are we using for predictions? What are we using for a number of other different tools? And then how do I set up my teams? Because I'm thinking that I'm going to go live with 3 teams, Jorge. And so that's why I want to get the experts' advice as to what teams to put where and how to set some things up right now.
All right, and you did mention the streaks, and I know Zach mentioned the streaks too, because obviously that's the big thing. I didn't even realize that it was 3 times boosted 3 times for the first 5 weeks. So immediately off the back, they're wanting you to hop in, and maybe that's why the in-season cards are as crazy right now, is because the hot streaks are boosted 3 times. I mean, 340 points in that first weekend. You could probably get that a little cheaper than most. Right now, maybe get away without the Suns and Messis to hit that first one. But Zach, since you're kind of already deep in the market, what is your plan? Is the hot streaks the number one thing you're going after right now?
So there's a few different philosophies. The first one is probably what I'm doing, and I guess I can share so I can kind of talk through my lineup. But basically, it's going to be playing my absolute best team in the leaderboard. And so, Bob, you're coming in right now. You're coming in at a good time because you don't have to understand divisions with the leaderboards. I believe you were playing back when divisions were still around, right? I believe we used to do that. Yeah. So divisions are gone, which is awesome. But now that they've capped the amount of lineups you can play to rare is 1, I believe, right? Is rare 1 and limited 2? Or is rare also 2? I forget now. Because it's 6 in total, right? if I'm not mistaken.
As far as lineups go?
Yeah. It's 6 lineups now for limited. So you can play 2 in the leaderboard in limited and then 4 in streak. So just looking at mine, I mean, not this week, but my best team is probably going to be St. Clair, Bombino, Mihailovic, Son, and Messi. So that's like my smasher team. That team is a leaderboards team, at least until I get to streak 3, and then that team moves into leaderboard or into streaks.
Okay. Or
at least Messi, Son, and Mihailovic move to streaks. Then the defender and the keeper are kind of matchup dependent. And then, or I might do something crazy. So I'm just going to throw out this other strategy, which is play the Smasher week 1, the smashing lineup week 1 in streaks, purely to go for 480 and the jackpot of 200k essence or whatever it is, or a share of it. If you go over 480, anybody who goes over 480, there's a jackpot of 200,000 essence, I believe, that we split. So I may just go for that just because it's fun.
And they've done that before, haven't they? Like kind of like a.
They've never had levels that high.
They did the golden goal or whatever they called it last year for super rare.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it was the super rare like pool.
It was a money pot. I don't think it was an essence pot.
Yeah.
It was only for super rare unique.
Yeah, it was money, not essence. But again, this is not the strategy to recoup your money. This is me like having fun on the platform. And if I want to play my best lineup purely to win a huge pile of essence because I want to craft, that's it. But it's that's one way you could go.
We all do love boosting and craft. I know you mentioned the leaderboards. Hoodwink brings in 1 for leaderboard and limited, 2 for rare, I think, 5 limited for streak, and 4 for rare and streak.
Okay, yeah, because it's 6 total lineups that you can have.
So I'm pulling up this prize pool right now for the MLS. This is the leaderboard. Alex, are you in agreement where like the leaderboard is kind of the place to go, or are you going to be focusing on streaks as well?
I'll probably be focusing on streaks to start, just because I don't think I have any of those smashers in season. So I'll probably just be sticking to focusing on streaks. But once the season, progresses, then leaderboards will, that'll be more of a target.
Thomas, what about you? What are you looking at? Because I'm looking at the prize pool here. 1,000 first and limited. I mean, that's pretty good for Sorare nowadays, isn't it?
I think for me, it's good. It's definitely good. I think for me, those streaks, just because I don't think either of my MLS teams, both rare or limited, are going to be contenders for the leaderboard, to be quite honest with you. And that's just because, I didn't go out and buy Evander, Heel, Dryer, and all the big hitters. I kind of went for a couple of guys that I thought I took a little bit of a basketball mentality, actually, the way I would kind of phrase this, where like I looked at San Diego and I looked at Securis and I said, hey, like SB's leaving or SB's gone. Like who's going to take pins? Who's going to take free kicks? Who's going to be controlling the midfield? Who's now the number 10? Okay, I'm going to get Securis. And then I know Timo's out probably the first weekend, but I also kind of took that mentality there. And I guess I went more for the value picks, although I think some of them have gone up nicely. And I still got to get a couple of Atlanta guys just because I think, like I said, I think we're going to be better. But to be quite honest with you, I hope I can hit the streak the first couple of weekends. I do have a Messi Classic that I'll be using in rare, and that's kind of where I'm putting my money. That's going to just get me over the line. And then I know Atlanta has a really great schedule, a bunch of home fixtures early on again. So that's sort of where I'm also looking towards. But yeah, I mean, it's just my way of playing too. I think like if I'm able to win some essence, I'm able to craft some guys, or I'm able to win even a little bit of money and put together some stronger lineups after prices go down a little bit. But yeah, I'll go for that leaderboard. I think I have some of the pieces, just not all of them.
Right. So it sounds from what I've heard from all of y'all, it sounds like Bob's going to go for leaderboards. He's going to come in. He's going to buy the best of the best. He's not going to play around with none of these mid-tier guys. Do what he has to do, and then shoot for the leaderboard, right? Because instead of waiting 5 weeks for the hot streaks to hit and like slowly building up, it's like, I mean, Bob could come in right now and completely win week 1. Right? Yeah. You're muted, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably the approach. Put like the best team that I have in the leaderboard for the first one, because my second best team is still pretty good, right? Like, and we can actually at some point, like, I'll share my screen and we can actually like show what I have, or if you want to pull up,
Yeah, whenever
like,
you
my
want. Yeah.
gallery, if you want to pull up my gallery, like we can look at it too. But I mean, my main team that I want to put into leaderboards, I'm thinking at least, is I want to take advantage of that San Diego match against Montreal in the first week.
Ooh.
And I know that Pablo Cisniega is suspended, so that means CJ Dos Santos is going to play in net. I've been watching a little bit or following a little bit of Manuel Dua in the back, who's basically playing midfield, but he's got a defender card, and he's been scoring on set pieces from Dreyer. So adding Dreyer, Starkov, like those guys are obviously great pieces to have. So I want to run essentially those four, and then I want to run Son with them because I just don't trust Messi to play. Right.
The
And
good old Messi.
Yep.
So
That's my concern too.
He's playing. Don't
So
worry.
what I essentially did though, and
Wow.
something I asked Deke was, is it better to, because the prices and the auctions have been so ridiculous for goalkeepers, and in MLS, like we all love MLS, we all know that goalkeeper is the most unreliable position in MLS because it's like playing a video game, right? Like there aren't a lot of clean sheets. So you need like a lucky PK save or something like that in most cases where you're conceding goals. So my whole thought was, why on earth would I spend $300 to buy, or $400 to buy a Christian Kalina in season when he's on average going to score me 45 points? Or I could spend $30 for his classic card, and then I can buy the in-season guys like Messi and Son. And obviously they're they're considerably more expensive. But also having, a 15%, 18% bonus on a 100 is considerably better. And I'd rather pay the money for the higher scores than the lower scores in there. So I could use a classic version of Messi who's at, 2%, because that's where you can get them. So like my logic has been buy classic keepers and spend big on studs. And I don't know if that's smart. Obviously, I'm spending more up front right now to get those guys. So like I have Son, I have Dreyer, I have Bwanga and Peck, and those guys that go through. But to me, it just means logically, you want your bigger cards to have the most XP on them, basically. And so that's kind of my approach right now.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. And in the past, when we had this conversation, and maybe it was when like all the new in-season cards started, like I was always the fact of like, yeah, goalkeepers are always the most expensive in MLS. Like that's your classic card. Then you do it over that. And then it was like kind of like 50-50. Most people were like, hey, use that classic Messi and then build out around him. But I'm kind of in your camp too. Thomas, how do you feel about that? Are you in agreement where classic goalkeepers the way to go?
I think if you're willing to put that money up front, yes, it's sort of just the counter to my strategy of like, I just think MLS is so hard to predict, and that's my biggest gripe is that I don't know, like everyone's going after all these teams that are in CONCACAF Champions League, and that, I mean, I can guarantee you that competition is going to spell disaster for one of those teams. We don't know who, right? We don't know who's going to have players get injured, who's going to be rotating like crazy to start the season. We don't know what team that's going to be, but there's always a team that goes into CONCACAF and then just completely blanks or just gets completely shut down from it for like the first half of the season. And so that's why I'm a little hesitant to put the money up front. And like, I kind of take the stance of like, I want to go for someone I think is going to be a contender for Supporters Shield. And outside of Miami, I don't think any of the teams in CONCACAF Champions League will win Supporters Shield. I don't think they're contenders. I think that's just being realistic by the numbers. I think the only team in the last decade that won Supporters Shield and participated in CONCACAF to go at least a few rounds in was Toronto, maybe, in like 2017.
Is that when they won the double or the triple?
I think so. It may have been that, but like, and that was even tougher, right? Like that's when they played group stage games and everything like that. And so I'm just kind of going a little bit off of history of just being really cautious around those teams. And at the same time too, like the teams I want to chase are going to be like Chicago, for example. I really, really like this Fire team. I think I did pick up the midfielder that came over from Scandinavia, and then I picked up Zeke for a classic card to throw into there, and then I'm just like, yeah, like I want to see them smash. So yeah, that's my thought there. It's just like I think I'm usually not willing to put the money up front because I've been burned too many times. Atlanta sits hard.
Yeah. So I do have a question for you, Thomas, about
Yeah.
Chicago. So with Robin Lod going to Chicago, is that going to create more opportunities for Zink? Because Zink is one of the guys that I bought as in season for one of my top strikers as well. And I didn't really know who he was until this season when I started doing research. And I'm very curious to see how Chicago can develop beyond that for offensive production.
Yeah, I think like there's a couple of things that stand out to me is that Zink is going to continue to take so many sets. I don't think he's going to have any sets taken away from him. Maybe like the midfielder that came in, his name's not entering my memory right now.
Soletros.
So he did take like a free kick on that hit that winning goal during preseason. So that's the only reason I picked him up, as well as I happened to get his jersey mint. But I think like for Zink, like I think it's just the production I only can see going up because I feel like they just added pieces that get better. The other thing that has me really excited for them is I really, really think they're going to go for Lewandowski this offseason. I seriously, I think they're going to figure out a way to get rid of Cuppers, and I think they're going to go after Lua.
Interesting.
Like I think that's my early because they've been tagged as so many crazy deals over the last couple of years since new ownership took over. Like y'all remember when Neymar to Chicago was a thing? It wasn't that long ago.
It still is.
And there were serious talks. Like they were confirmed. Like yeah, like we actually had talks and we just couldn't come to an agreement. So just that level of aspiration gets me really excited, as well as just that I think Berhalter is a great coach for MLS. I think he's going to get the most out of his guys. Vlad, I don't know if he's going to be a piece that is playing every game. Like I don't think he's going to be playing every game necessarily. But those types of players coming in just makes me think the team's gotten better and they have something to build off of. Like Chris Brady, I think is going to be a better keeper than last season. They were starting to shore up the back line, which has always been the case in Chicago. But like you'll notice that who was the top price keeper, I think was Chris Brady. Which is crazy because last year he was one of the lowest priced keepers out of all MLS cards. Right. And I think it just points to him improving as well. So there's a lot of things that have me excited for them, which is just wild to think when you're talking about Chicago Fire.
I mean, Jack Elliott, Joel Waterman. We all know how we feel about Joel Waterman on this show. I mean, come on. I haven't heard anyone talk about Joel Waterman. Like, we're 23 minutes into this episode. So
real quick, I just want to go back to Bob's strategy and why I will definitely co-sign it as a great idea if you can afford the outlay. What he would spend on an in-season Kalina, let's say, you can, in theory, right now, Bob, go to the market and buy all 30 keepers classic cards. So you could play every possible good matchup by owning every keeper for what you would have paid for one single rare keeper or in-season keeper. So, I mean, that gives validity if you can outlay for the smashers, that the strategy is probably pretty sound.
Well, I mean, and I appreciate that, Zach. That actually makes me feel better. The thing is, like, that price on Kalina, if I were to buy the in-season Kalina, it's the same as essentially buying the classic Kalina and, you know, a Mahalovic new in-season card or, you know, something like that, or McGlynn or any of those guys that are going to be smashers that can be smashers coming through in your midfield. And so to me, I'd rather add the guy with a higher potential. And like, that's kind of I'm looking at it more of a min-maxing sort of perspective, that if everybody does their average, who am I going to get more points out of? In MLS, because of the high output, you know, the strikers scoring as much as they do, you want your strikers are going to score more than your goalkeepers. So I'd rather put more outlay if you have the ability to do that outlay up front. I'd rather do that because not only will that generate potentially a better opportunity to win, but maybe I can get more essence and craft a keeper or craft somebody that's going to be useful. You know, you tell me that from my clues that I'm going to have a 95-year-old striker that happens to play in Canada, like I'm going to click on that guy because I want a new Thomas Mueller, So like, that's kind of like how I'm looking at it too. So I think the front end with the boosts will certainly help. And I would love to play that gamble of putting my top team in to streaks and win that share of 200,000. But simultaneously, like, I think that it's hard for me to tell which is going to be my best team, quite honestly. Like, I don't know when it comes down to it.
Right. Especially in.
I mean, I also think it's critical. I think it's critical that by week 2 that you have. If you miss the streak 1 this weekend, it's fine. You need to definitely have it by streak 2 in order to give yourself the chance to hit the 5th streak while it's boosted. I believe. I think it runs 6 or 7 weeks.
Is it not the same where, like, if you don't get it the first week, then you're like,
no,
oh.
no, you're not out. You actually get it for. I think you get basically 1 mulligan.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I should probably read more.
Realistically, though, how many people hit streak 5? Like, realistically,
I hit it in La Liga. I don't know if
I hit it in MLS last year.
You did.
Deke hit it. Yeah. QTN hit it like 5 times. QTN is like, actually just follow QTN's lineups, man.
Yeah, pretty much. If you just want to like,
just sign up to his Patreon. Sign up to his Patreon. Buy every card he buys. Although, if anybody saw his tweet today, he's got over 200K essence ready for MLS rips. Like,
there go all the good cards.
Is it just like, I guess, yeah, that's my question, is like, what's the proportion? Because I mean, did he just buy that many cards, or is it like he just has like a bunch of essence that is from like Premier League or something?
He probably has a bunch, but it's because it doesn't get rolled back till the start of the new Euro season. Like, when they chop you up, you got to just burn it up now.
That's still insane, incredibly insane. Yeah. Although at the same time too, do you want to buy this early when the pools or craft this early with that much when the pools are just kind of like wonky
all over? That's a whole nother conversation that we need to have at the beginning of every season, where it's like even I was looking today, I have 10,000 essence, like just limited essence. It's all MLS. It's just kind of sitting there. So it's like,
dude, you can play in season all of a sudden.
Right.
You should just wait.
You get 10 cards.
Because, like, I'm not going to lie. I think it was last show you asked me if I was actually going to put in MLS. And I said, yes, I was. I was going to deposit. But then, being the true MLS stickler that I am flying down Saturday morning to the Orlando City home opener because
that's awesome.
I'm that much of a sicko, and I started getting FOMO, and I haven't missed a home opener in like 10-something years. So I was like, I'm going. So there goes all my Sorare money on a flight to Orlando.
Nope. That's unacceptable.
Yeah. But I have all this essence. Right, I'm going to get a core of in-season. All right. Go from there. Hopefully I don't get 6 like Miami players that don't ever play, like always. And then build off of that and then deposit and kind of build out a team. So I might just do that. I might just let like crafting cards just kind of dictate how my in-season is going to go. And then, I don't know, content, bro? No.
Yeah, I like it.
Sorry, y'all. I failed y'all, but I tried.
Listen, there's still time to get you. You have to come back to this game. By the way, like, again, not just Bob, the greatest Sorare player ever invented.
That's right.
Way, but also Draft Kicks is back. Kicks is back in the mix, which is awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in Deke's. By the way, everybody go get in Deke's Patreon.
Absolutely.
If you want to know what other tools Sorare inside, Bob, if that's basically the only tools we have nowadays, it's Patreon, Discords, and Sorare inside. We got nothing else.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been like today, like as I was kind of getting ready for the show, I was kind of just browsing the Sorare site, and I'm like, okay, like if I'm on here, like really trying to do some scouting on here and do all this, it is a lot of clicking through different menus and different windows and all sorts of nonsense, and it's just not as streamlined as it used to be. But that opens up the door for a lot of amazing people who have a lot of amazing things going on in their brains and are able to do a lot of amazing things like Sorare Inside and Deke. Go follow them. They're doing great stuff. And you can come hang out with us and talk some MLS as well. Because we have people like Mike Baston in here who just watches us in the shower, which is kind of fun to think about. I'm not going to lie. I feel very honored. But also got to bring up Bob, coming back to the show. You didn't plan a good sweater for us. You're known for the fancy sweaters.
No, you know what? My wife bought me a new one. I was supposed to try it on, but I just got too caught up in work and completely forgot to grab it. So
it's all right. Because that just means you're going to have to come back and debut the sweater on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be wearing those into the summer, so it'll work out well for everybody.
Alex, I know we talked about you watching the auctions, but have you been in the auctions purchasing, or what are you doing? Or does SKC even have any players on the market?
Come on, dude. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I've basically just been buying SKC. There's a couple of guys that I had my eye on for a bit now, and so I've been really monitoring them. I've been able to pick up a couple. I think I'm really going to be buying into K League, kind of waiting for the rest of the night so the auctions get a little bit closer to when they end, because they end while we're asleep, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I basically just get some KC guys in, be able to put a lineup out, and then yeah, just do that. I will be going in soon though, I'm sure. I think within like 2 months I'll probably be pretty deep in auctions.
I don't even think you have to wait that long. And to be honest, like I think it's going to be one of those classic like cards pump into the first weekend. They kind of drop a little bit and then slowly just kind of start, the players that do end up breaking out or scoring well kind of like slowly start to creep up little by little. I really think it almost comes down to watching hardcore this weekend, seeing what's what, and then trying to just snag things that people miss. Like you're going to get the headlines, you're going to get smashers, someone's going to score a hat trick and their price is going to pump, whatever. Where's going to be the guys that had a solid game, who played on a solid team, maybe didn't like happen, you know, someone's going to miss a sit or do all this, but like get in the box and have a lot of good chances. Like those are the people you're going to want to pick up. Because then, yeah, things are just going to get crazy. And I think we've historically seen it like year over year. And now, especially without Sorare data, I think we've seen this a lot too, that like prices are just like insane. It's the Wild West all over again.
Yeah, my hope was, I was hoping that Timo would play week 1 against Sporting Kansas City. So then that way he scores a hat trick and I could just sell his card immediately. That way, I mean, legitimately, I thought that was going to, I didn't think he was going to not be ready to go by then, because it feels like the news has been out there forever. But I guess the signing didn't happen until a bit later. I think the signing didn't happen until like 2 weeks after it was announced that he was going to to San Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a strategy too, right? You pick up the guys that everyone's fading. I mean, obviously, like there's a lot of players who are like everyone's expecting Timo to come in here and be a bust because of his last couple seasons. Take the stab.
I don't know. I feel like we've had this story before though, and there's a couple of things about the San Jose team I like, is that it's Bruce Arena. I don't think he puts out bad quality teams. Like he always will make a team more competitive than it should be, is his mantra. And I think last year San Jose was probably better than they should have been. It wasn't great, but and then New England was the same case. And I just think back to Carlos Heel, and like, what would have, if Sorare had existed when Heel came over to MLS? I don't think it did. What would have people said about him? Would they favored him? So I'm willing to put a little bet out there that Timo's not going to just completely shit the bed. That he's going to have a lot of chances on goal, and he's going to have some big chances miss, but he's going to definitely net some.
Juwan Jones.
I agree with Thomas. I agree with Thomas here on this. Like, I was looking at buying an in-season Timo just because part of me likes to gamble too. And I feel like Timo is one of those guys that's going to score a 32 or he's going to score a 90. You know what I mean? Like, just one of those kind of things where he's going to hit form and he's going to score early in the match, and they're going to have to feed him, right? So when you build around there, and like you said, Arena doesn't play the most exciting football, but he sets his team up well, and his team understands the game. So it's not easy to take, I don't even want to say lesser athletes, they're all professional players, but you're not bringing in the European studs onto your team and then not using them properly. So I would expect some really big games for Timo. I would also never play Timo if I'm trying to chase like streak 4 or 5. Right? But
facts.
If I want to be risky and I want to be just go for it, like, he is a guy that you can throw in there at a relatively reasonable price that will occasionally pop for you.
Yeah, Timo's the differentiator on a leaderboard lineup. That's what he is. He's not a streaks guy. You do not want him anywhere near your streaks, but he could be the guy that podiums you, when everybody else is fading.
Unless you're chasing BCMs, because
Oh, no.
we know what's happening. R.I.P.
But you know,
Ben.
there's
Hey.
going to be those like missions where it's going to be, player gets 3 big chances missed. Like Timo's plugging in right away.
Oh, true. That is true.
Him and Chupa
Oh.
Pudding, just the two of them are just going to be banging.
Cap it
Bang
off
the
with Latte
BCM.
Loth, and you got the trifecta.
Man, I want to see like at the All-Star weekend in the skills competition, just Timo and Choupo-Moting try to put the ball on net and just see how many they can just miss completely and not even put it on target.
Well, we should have done that last year when Muriel was still here. Oof. Yeesh.
I wish Big Dunk was in the chat, dude. He's been going off. He's been doing my work for me. He's just been crushing Orlando for me in the Discord. I'm like,
Oh.
dude, what about? I've got nothing to say now. You've been putting in all the work for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not
You
out
notice how I haven't pumped Orlando once on this show, other than saying that I'm going to the game. Hey, we have a right back. We have a
Oh.
fullback.
Not just the fullback, but friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Griffin Dorsey. Hey, I'm not going to say I had a couple. I'm not going to say I texted him or anything. It was like, yo, you should really talk to Orlando. But I'm just saying we really needed a fullback, and we got a fullback. Yeah, look, man, I'm just going to go on my quit rant right now about Orlando and going, oof. Just oof. It's probably the first rough year we've had in a really long time. I don't know, dude. Griffin Dorsey could maybe like bring light fire back into Duncan. They could both just run up the touchline really fast and put in the hard work, and hopefully then all the balls will go in. The only problem that sucks with like now that we signed a fullback, that means Angulo's going back up to left wing because he was playing right back for a little bit, right back Angulo, because what could go wrong? But now he's going to go to left wing starting again, so that's bad. But Ojeda obviously had a great year last year. He broke out last year, had an incredible year for us. I'm assuming that comes back. It looks like it's going to be Cartagena and Atuesta in the midfield, which is kind of a dog midfield. Not going to lie. Like, people already hated playing Orlando. They're going to hate it even more now because both of them are just, they got some fire in them, boy. And then we have Paslich coming back for year 2. You know, the David Goss theorem. He started off the last season really hot. Kind of tailed off, as most people do in Orlando. Summertime sadness. It's hot coming off, those back-to-back seasons, but it could be good. And we all know what Duncan can do on his best days. So it's just, look, I ain't going to pump it up, but it's always Vamos Orlando. We're going to beat everybody. Orlando versus everybody. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, boy. Hey, we do have a Twitch viewer. Shout out to our Twitch popping off. Hey, Brazilian guy here. Welcome. Do you guys think MLS is better than the Brazilian league?
Better is not really the term I use. It's just a completely different.
I don't think you can even
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Well, you get Flamengo, Palmeiras, Botafogo, maybe.
Corinthians.
Yeah, like to the top end is just. I mean, they're better than current State Inter Miami, probably, to be quite honest. Like
Flamengo's the main one that's like, okay, this league's...
yeah, they have Paqueta.
They can just spend money.
Yeah, they could just right. They have no cap, right? They could unlimited spend, however many. Yeah. Like sure, if we had unlimited money, I'm sure there'd maybe be a team that we could argue would be better. I'm sure Miami would probably be that team, but we don't get to do that.
Yeah, and I think.
Could you imagine what that Miami team would look like if there was just no salary cap, like no cap whatsoever?
Every youth talent.
We would have brought in Donnarumma when he was being moved off PSG.
Yeah,
right.
Every U20 talent in Argentina would be in Miami right now.
I do definitely think it's a case of money where Brazil just spends more and they could bring in a bunch of better players because they could just throw money at them until they say yes. Where we can't do that. We got to be a little strategic, and even then, some people just still take the payday, come here, and don't want to be here. I think the MLS compared to Brazil is a better comparison than MLS in the championship, though. I'm so tired of that conversation.
I mean, I think that's fair. So as far as Brazil goes, is Hulk still a thing? Is he still playing football?
I think he is.
He's at Atletico Mineiro, yeah.
He's still there? Okay.
Yep.
Man, I remember running stacks of that and winning competitions. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he's
if
missing a lot. He's missing a lot of games now, but he'll still put up a decent score every now and then.
Man, back in the day of just America, which was the division.
Oh yeah.
Running Mineiro and Universitario stacks, in Querétaro, which was terrible, but it was still a lot of fun. But good times. So yeah, I mean the championship. Do you watch the championship at all, Jorge?
Every once in a while, because we've had a lot of Orlando players go to the championship.
Yeah.
So I started watching. I like watching MLS players that like kind of get sold and go to the championship. Like I like tuning into that. I watched a lot of Swansea for some reason because of Jordan Morris.
Ajimong's been really entertaining to watch in the
Oh, yeah.
championship because I think the coach, whenever he like stepped foot in England, he's like, "Hey, here's your role. You're just going to be a giant asshole on the pitch, and you're just going to bully people, and you're going to knock the ball in with your head." And like it's great because he'll have like his game is just purely. He has no AA. It's always negative. He'll have like 10 lost duels, 3-4 fouls. All he does is just foul people and try and win duels. But then he'll score some just weird header or some set piece, and then it's like, oh, cool, 60 points that I didn't expect. Because I always throw him in my bottom lineup. Like I'm just like, I have you.
How is Aiden Morris doing over there at Middlesbrough?
I was gonna say I've been watching Middlesbrough games. He's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like his role is like cemented there. He's been good since he came in. He hasn't scored once, but that doesn't matter.
They're the top of the league, right?
They're not top. I think Coventry's still top. Actually, wait. I think it may be. Wait. Haji Wright plays for Coventry. I think Coventry is top because he had that hat trick the other day.
Okay, but they have a 5-point lead right now.
Yeah, but they have Malanda, who was at Charlotte last year now. They have Luke Ayling, who's like a Sorare legend for his scores. And yeah, they've just been – Middlesbrough has been really good. Aiden Morris has been good. I don't think Sorare-wise he's been that great. Like, I think he's pretty consistent at like 50. But, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like
pretty
a
good that
15,
first
20 AA type of guy every single match. You hope that he gets a sneaky assist here and there.
Yeah, so here's just his scores from like the end
of the wild, too. I didn't realize Derby's in 6th. Like, they don't play great soccer.
Here. You got it? This. Yeah. It's just like basically straight line across. Like he just gets the same scores every game.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna hit you bottom, like give you a good foundation for your team, but it's not going to win you stuff basically.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's getting those assist run patches like he was, but yeah.
Yeah,
that's it's almost like I've almost looked at those players now as that placeholder to win you essence, and like smaller prizes to accumulate stuff to like afford the big guys. Like Aiden Morris is that guy. I was like, hey, you come in with a small budget, you can get him. He doesn't kill your lineups, but he can get you somewhat into like the lower end of the money to be like, hey, if you play your cards right, don't blow it all on dumb stuff, and you kind of hold on to it. Like, hey, maybe you can afford a top guy or a top midfielder that's better than him, and almost like upgrade that way.
But we always blow it on dumb stuff.
Yeah,
like it's more fun that way.
I'm building up my San Diego collection with guys I've never even heard of, just to boost like 3 cards.
Speaking of which, I was going to ask you because back when we spoke about basketball, you're still like you believe in the collection to boost those percentage points.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm essentially min-maxing. So if I have a guy like Dreyer that's on set pieces and Zarkov, who on average scores 75 just from AA alone, I would much rather boost up their score. I'd instead of getting the flat 15% like every week in rare, I'd rather get a flat 18% because when it comes down to it, like the worst thing in the world, could you imagine like missing streak 5 because you weren't paying attention, you forgot to click your level up on one of your cards that was playing in that lineup, but that's a thing. And so when I talk about min-maxing, that's basically what I mean. So I was saying, like, I want to run 3 or 4 San Diego guys in one lineup this week. I would love them all to be at like 18%.
One of the things I always do is I always hunt out who I think are most likely to be rookie cards because that's the easiest way to get your score up.
Yep.
And so, like, you can pull some data really quickly and just be like, all right, who's getting their first ever cards? And there still isn't a science behind when is a rookie card a rookie card. Like, I don't know the exact definition Sorare uses.
They don't either.
Yeah, right. But you can guess, right? Like if it's an 18-year-old that's obviously coming from the academy, their first ever card, then that's probably gonna be a rookie card. A 23-year-old that just got drafted from the super draft.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, those are I like that. I like, and then you accidentally buy, jersey numbers and stuff like that. But I think it works. Now, it's different, Zach, because when we were talking about it for NBA, we were doing it at limited level. and there's only like 12 guys on an NBA team. So
yeah.
it's not as
No,
much of an
that's
play, and you want to boost the Oklahoma City Thunder, like you're already going to play like 4 of those cards anyway, right? So it makes sense. But in football, it's a little different. I tried it with shitty teams that were promoted from the championship to the Prem and got totally burned on those. It was hilarious. But I mean, I remember it was like Momo like DMing me going, so I see that you're like the #1 Luton collector, like Luton City. We have tickets to their match. Do you want to go? And I was like, man, I'd love to, but I'm in America. And I can't just go tomorrow, So like that was cool, but that's not, I don't plan on going full bore with it. I think that's crap.
Just trying to hit like 3%. You're trying to hit like 3.
I think 3% is reasonable. Like my San Diego is at 3% right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that I need many more. Like my next question, like the next team that I would look at right now is somebody like Vancouver.
Ooh.
Right? Because Vancouver with Takayoka, Mueller, Berhalter, like you have some pieces in
Brian
there.
White.
Brian White. Yep. Yeah, but you have pieces in there that you would like to boost, but they also have like 9 out of 10 matches at home. And they are considerable. I can't say they are. When Thomas Hassel was their goalkeeper, they were considerably better at home.
Ooh. Deep cut.
Yeah. So that was a long time ago, Hassel and Crapeau. So that's kind of like another team that I'm looking at right now. I think I have a couple of their cards. I probably bought a couple of their cards just so I could fill out a lineup for this week in All-Star, just to see what happens, knowing, of course, that in, these matches, like most of these guys won't play. So, just throw out a hopeful lineup, hope it hits, and get a little experience essentially with those guys. So, like, that's kind of how I'm going. It's min-maxing for me, Zach. Always has been, always kind of will be.
All right.
Yeah, still can't do it. Still can't do it. Alex,
I'm in the
no?
min-max. I'm in the min-max. That's why I'm actually going on a full collection. That's why I was curious to boost effectively 3 guys.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like the only time I'll go after the collection besides sporting is if I think the collection could have value to me as classic cards past that. And so I'm very picky about that. The only collection I've been actually going in on this year is Fenerbahce in the Turkish league, because I felt that they had a lot of pieces who are actually kind of young, who are not as prevalent as they used to be, so they could move around. Maybe they go to a China, maybe they go to Korean league, and maybe they can just stay at Fenerbahce and smash, which is Challenger. I play Challenger every year, so that, and then obviously sporting. I did LAFC in 23-24 because I was like Buanga and Lloris and all that, and I used them last year too. So I basically just look for that. I don't think there's any MLS team I'm going to be going after extra guys, because for me, it's just like I could use this on multiple lineups and strengthening those instead of just strengthening the individual guys.
Yeah, one of the things I did this year I liked a lot was, even though it hasn't necessarily panned out in terms of performances, but Bromby, I just collected a bunch of Bromby players. And how many players have come from that academy that are now playing on top teams? And I'm already kind of seeing some dividends. Like Narty just moved to Lyon. I think they have he scored twice now in the first 3 starts. They have a rookie card that's their forward that is starting most of the games. Shea actually, right? He moved over to MLS. So I think it's that's kind of what I like to see if I'm going to go in and just collect a bunch of players. And hey, is this just a great academy? You could probably argue you might want to do that for Philly, but I just don't think that MLS academy players will have that move as quickly as you would see in a European team, because they're just not going to be on that stage. A Bromby player that's playing in Champions League matches and performing well against other European teams outside of their league, that's going to get any scout's attention. So, some Diego Luna, I don't know how he hasn't moved yet, but for all his success that I think he's had, we're still waiting for that big move to happen. Same for Jack McGlynn. That just seems like a matter of time. But I think that's why. But those are already known players. Like, let's talk about the academy players. I'm not buying any of them because I think they're going to go to Europe in 2 years. I think I'm just buying because I want a little bit of a boost in their the score for streaks, and I don't want to miss out on like that 1%, 2% that my other player might have done really well with. So that's kind of how I'm approaching it. I don't think I'm going to be collecting as much as I have in last year's. Like last year, I think I bought quite a few Atlanta players, and I think I just bought what I needed, and then I'm just going to wait and see let prices go down, because that was the other thing. People just bid the hell out of these cards. I'm like, dude, is he really worth that much, or do you just really want that ticket?
Or maybe collections are worth more than we, or I mean, the tickets are a whole nother conversation with the wheel, right?
I mean, like, the tickets are like, okay. It's not even like earlier this year where they did the lucky loser? Oh, promo?
Yeah, with the second place in the auction.
And that was when everyone was just, bid as much as I can and hope that someone beats me. Like we were all doing it. Like I was bidding on every single minimum rookie player. I was like, I hope someone beats me because that means I get a ticket. It worked, but they
market manipulators.
I think Sorare learned that that's probably not something they should be doing.
I mean, why would they be mad? I mean, other cards are selling for astronomical prices. Like,
true.
Shit, add third place onto that next
like
time.
If you're trying to, if you're on the, was it England, that they're getting in a little bit of hot water around whether or not they're a betting site. Promos like that are not going to help your case.
Whoa, wait. So what happened? Sorare is getting a little.
They got called to court or whatever it is in England, and I haven't heard what the outcome is or if it's still ongoing. But basically, it's basically saying that they're a gambling site and they don't have a gambling license, and then they're having to argue that we're not a gambling site, we're a game of skill.
I mean,
Listen, the right people didn't get their money. That's all that is. The right people didn't get their money yet. They'll figure it out.
Right. They always figure it out. We believe them to figure it out. See. We'll be fine. It's still ongoing. We'll be fine.
I'm not worried. Like, if anything, it just kicks all the people of England out, and then we get less competition, more money for us.
I mean,
because in America, like, it's not going anywhere. Like, everyone's found a workaround from sports betting in this country, so I'm not worried.
That's why they call it the Wild West out here, because ain't no rules.
Prediction markets.
That's true. Also, you can multi-streak. I don't feel like we discussed that enough. Is multi-streaking nowadays, which is a new change for this year, where you could win twice on the streaks, so you get a bonus. Jorge, pull up the graphic that you had with the streak graphic.
Yeah. Yep. This one.
Yeah. So you'll notice right next to it in that little box, if you have two lineups in and you hit. The first one will pay you 1,500 essence, and then the second lineup that hits will pay you a bonus 750 for each lineup. So, like, if you maximize your streak lineups, you get bonuses. So, like, you actually get more cash starting at 3. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that more streak lineups means more cash or potential.
That makes sense. More than twice.
3x.
Oh yeah, 3x.
Yeah, they'll 3x it right now.
I mean,
I
didn't even realize that.
I just spent twice in terms of 2 lineups, but you can have obviously up to 5 in limited. Mm-hmm. So you could 5x the thing, the boost.
That's it's pretty gnarly, isn't it? Like Masters says, Sorare learned they gave away too much. What? Them Sorare giving away too much? Breaking things? Never. They've never done that.
I mean, if it wasn't for the OGs, I think Sorare would have gotten rid of leaderboards, and the game would have just been play the streaks game, and that's it. But everybody, like McBride and all those guys, would have just been so up in arms about not having a leaderboard that like they have to do it. That's why they're like, nope, you get 1 entry or 2 entries. That's it. We're not doing it anymore.
I helped Sorare save money, guys. Back in the day when I was talking to Laird, I said just play 240 and take their money, and then they stopped. They switched everything. And so now they're being smart about it. So like that alone, like send me a sweatshirt or something, guys. I got bleach on my last one. Yeah.
See, that's why I'm saying you're the greatest Sorare player of all time, because you literally is too good that you broke Sorare. They were like, whoa. Well, we didn't expect for Bob Orange Flat to show up. Just take all our money.
Like,
I
damn,
remember
that guy's
we were
back.
having that conversation back then, Bob, and I was like, I mean, I guess we might as well get the super rare because playing for 260 made a lot more sense back then.
I mean, that's what I was doing. I mean, I hit it a couple times in unique, and then a bunch in super rare, and one super rare, and one unique. I was like, "What the hell is going on? Like, this is ridiculous." So
Oh,
okay,
And then the next week, the announcement came out.
yeah,
We're
right.
switching to an in-season model. Oh, shit.
My bad, guys. My bad. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on things.
I mean, hey, it's not our fault, man. We just play the cards that are given to us, you know?
Hey, this is what we do. This is what we do. Speaking of cards, Jorge, like,
Yes.
I need help, guys.
Okay,
So
let's do it.
what I really need help on is identifying. So knowing that my goal is to win, and it's to win leaderboards and win streaks. Who do I need to add, and when do I start doubling up on cards?
Doubling up on cards.
Yeah, let me pull up
I feel like you
your,
should be doing that already. That's Zach with his like 16 Messies.
I have 4, which I now know I needed. I actually needed 6. Who knew? I didn't. I had to buy 2. I have to buy 2 more, but let me go to you. Let me go
All
to
right.
your-
Well, real quick, while you're doing that, Bree Green brings up a good conversation, right? Is that there's 132 lineups in limited leaderboards right now with no real facts. You guess that there's about at least 100 Sons of Vander and Dryer lineups, so the margins early will be razor thin. Would you guys agree that you need Son of Vander and Dryer?
no.
If you get 100, yes.
I feel like Sun is absolutely 100% locked, right?
Yes.
Vander
Yeah,
and Dryer?
I would say the problem is like everybody's fading Messi all of a sudden because it's a World Cup year. Like the dude isn't just going to play every game like he always does, like basically.
Right.
So I feel like you need Messi and Son. Now the problem becomes the midfield because there's your forward and extra. And to me, it's probably Heel is probably the better 3-pack than Son, Evander, and Dryer. I would love to have Dryer personally, but if I have to bump out because of 2 forwards, it's going to be Son, Messi, and Heel. I think is a better 3.
So,
That's just me personally.
so Heel is still 100 capable. Who are the
Yes.
other 100
Yeah.
capable midfielders in the MLS?
They don't really exist.
But I mean,
No, we have
They
some.
do. They do.
so like, I mean, to me, like the way I'm logically thinking through this is anyone taking set pieces on the right night that's good with AA is going to rack up AA and is going to rack up potential decisive actions.
Okay, so I'd say, do you want me to give you a list looking at this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Zverskov, Heel, Berhalter, Evander, Mihailovic. I think low-key Pereira is kind of 100 capable. He hit it multiple times this year. I know Minnesota is kind of weaker, but besides that, Royce was there at one point. I don't think he's there anymore, though.
So those guys are like the top tier. So like Heel, Evander, like S tier. Other
Yeah.
guys are like A tier, and then is McGlynn just like the top of B tier sort of thing?
Yeah, the only other person I might throw in there is Hartel, and that's
Yeah.
that's because it's like actually pretty wild. I think Hartel is like, if they could actually score, like if St. Louis was able to actually put it into the net, his scores would have been insane. But the problem is that they were just not a very good team. So if you look at a lot of the, I think key stats around did they score a goal or not, he stands out quite a bit, and he's probably going to get more sets. It sounds like Lewin's going to be out more this year, just for personal reasons.
Yeah, the family stuff. So yeah.
And so I think like that's someone who I actually have been trying to pick up, and I've just been waiting for the auctions to go down a bit, because I think he is someone that I feel like he had a bad season. I mean, St. Louis just had a bad season. I don't know if they're going to have a better season necessarily, but I do think but like I got to assume they're going to score more goals than they did last year. Like that's my bet right
It
there.
can't be much worse.
But yeah, they can't get much worse. But simultaneously, they don't have Klaus anymore. Like they don't have Santa Claus.
That's true. They have
Who's going to be the scorer? Like realistically,
Betcher is the one you're looking at, and that's
I mean, you're hanging it on Betcher, which feels a bit rough. Feels a bit rough right now.
He's not going to start. He's not going to start now. They're bringing in a guy.
Cordova, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a case of will he start or not though. I think that's still up for consideration. But he's hot, like it's awesome, but he's definitely one of those hot cold forwards.
So, Thomas, is Hartel on sets or is that Lowen?
I think Lowen is, but as I was saying, Lowen's going to be missing more significant time this year.
Yeah.
So I think that means Hartel would take those sets, if I recall. Let me just look at Sorare. Yeah,
I loved Hartel when he was over in Bundesliga too.
Oh yeah,
at St. Pauli. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Hartel's price compared to everybody else after his stinker of a season last year?
He's 70 in season limited.
Yeah, I paid a fair bid for him, but I got one of like number 2 of him. I think
is that high for top tier midfielders?
No, 70. Well, okay. In perspective, Heel is 250, and Evander I think is like 210. So,
dude, I mean the stat for Hartel,
if you
especially
want,
after
if
last
you want
year,
to talk about if you want to talk about an A tier guy versus an S tier guy, you're talking 250 versus 70.
right
in your spend.
And we've seen, I mean, it was a flash in the pan, but Hartel when he first got here, like you could tell that he could do it. And yeah, St. Louis is a crapshoot last year, but he's still a good player.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, he racks up the AA quite a lot, and so that's why I like him. And he hits that threshold of like, can he hit 100? Well, it means he has to have a score if he's going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, what I worry about is because they don't have a true striker right now, they're not sure what's going on. Like, as a cam, is Hartel going to be the one taking more of the shots? So is that going to directly affect his AA a little bit, where he's going to be taking more longer shots outside the box, try to add more defense decisives, et cetera, et cetera? I mean, I have Hartel. I've always liked Hartel as a card. I don't know where to play him. And it's one of the things that I'm struggling with now too, because like I said, I have to like sign up for Sorare Inside, because at this point I need to figure out like a ranking and a prioritization for putting together my teams to maximize as well. Because I think that from a mid perspective, the guys that you listed, I have most of them. And the forwards, I've already discussed, I have most of them as well. Defense and goalkeeper, like it's just, they are so, I don't know, untrustworthy.
Yeah.
That I really struggle. Like, I want somebody like Jackson Reagan, but like, why am I going to pay $250 for a Jackson Reagan?
Ooh. That's
like,
correct.
Right? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So, like a guy like Malta Amundsen, or Munson, or however the hell you pronounce his name, from that team that has yellow in their jersey, like those are the kind of guys. Like, I'm trying to figure out again, like if you were to do a tier list of defenders, like I'm not talking about are they good defenders. I'm talking about so rare defenders.
Yes. So rare.
What does our tier list look like now? Because there's no Kai Wagner.
There's no S tier defender. There's no S tier defender.
It's pretty much what are teams that are going to play out of the back more, and basically like who are the center backs that are going to be just passing the ball around a bunch of the field, maybe going forward, and then you're just hoping for like a lucky set piece header. So that's like what Reagan is, right? Because their center backs are quite active in the build-up. And I think like I was looking at some of the LA Galaxy guys too, because their center backs are quite active in the build-up. That's kind of my strategy now if you don't have the Kai Wagner, is to focus on who are the ball-playing center backs. Not that also, are going to get those disruptions, because if teams are going to be countering against them, they're going to be having to make interceptions, doing other types of moves that get AA scored.
Mikael.
That's my thought. It's just there's no one person solution. That then becomes you have to have an army of center backs
and play matchups.
So here's another part. I know the outlay for this is going to be way too expensive, but I'm trying to get my hands on a Fuganumura, right? It's him and Reguilon. The way Miami plays, the backs have to get up. So we need to replace Jordi Alba. How do we get Jordi Alba at home? I think one of these guys is it. I mean, I love Ian Frey. I kind of wish he was the starter, but because I don't know much about Murrah, looking at his scores, they're interesting. On Miami, I think, like, I'm not looking at a center back. I'm looking at a guy who's going to get up the field. And to me, Miami has the guys that will be pushing up the field. That's how they like to play. I think that's pretty bad for my DSC, but we're going to hope that he doesn't get caught out like left in no man's land where it's basically him and Falcone like they did last year like a million times. But if you're looking to see guys like hit hundreds, I think Miami will have the guys that can hit hundreds, to be honest.
Miami. All right, I struggle on the Miami part, Zach, because like
it feels so
well,
burst.
just-
I get it.
I mean, I've watched them. Like, you know, when Drake Callender was playing in net there, like there were only 2 shots that ever got through on him because they always had the ball up the pitch, right? And so the defense wasn't as involved. So Jordi Alba, the reason he got high scores is because he ended up assisting Messi like 90% of the time, right? It's not even the. I mean, it seems like a pretty big gamble on there, and so like I think that's a good question that I can't remember who asked it. I think it was B Green asked like ceilings or floors, right? Because it's tough. I don't know because you need a ceiling to hit that last cap, right? But you need floors for safety, like you can't get a 2, you know, you can't get a 35, and so where I'm struggling now is where are the opportunities going to come? Because I think that defender and goalkeeper in MLS at least are the biggest roadblocks to streaks.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so like
I mean, I like don't buy Miami now, but come back in a few weeks because I guess we're discounting again, you're talking about when Calendar was there. So like you weren't even we're not even talking like last year when you were watching. But like it's not even just feeding Messi or like Suarez. Like Berterame coming in now, I think is going to open up a whole new like
why do we think
avenue for assists to so it's not like you're just like the entire thing that frustrates me sometimes when watching Miami is everybody doesn't know what to do, so it's play the ball to Messi, even though there's way better passes. It's like play the ball to Messi, and it frustrated me to no end at times last year. So I think having at least another target, who I believe is just going to be a very clinical finisher, up there should help. But again, we'll revisit this in weeks and see what's up.
Are you buying Berterame?
I will when his price comes down.
Why do we? So I obviously wasn't paying attention last season, but like, why is he interesting to people? Is it just because he's on Miami? Because I remember him I want to say it was like Monterey when it was him and Brandon Vasquez, and they were just rotating back and forth, and neither of them scored. Like neither of them were any good or good enough to win. So like, what is the excitement about him other than being on Miami?
So this is him. I'll just share. Like, here's him currently at like from Monterey. Hopefully, this is it. Sharing.
I can't believe he was on Monterey. Good grief.
Rayados.
So look, like this is what he's doing. Now you throw Messi and Miami in the mix in the way I'm not complaining. I'm complaining about the other players, not Messi specifically or the team. So like this is what he left. Right? Yeah. And now he's going to be with Miami. Again, this is all speculative, but I have to think that this goes like these single goals turn into 2 goals, you know? This goal turns into a goal and an assist because of just what's around them.
Yeah, but I mean, like he is, to me at least, like, and I'm really curious. I'm going to watch him play. But I just remember him being like a -12 AA type player.
And again, that's why I said I'm more interested in the backs than I am Berterame, just because he's the one being fed. And so I'm interested with how those guys end up doing.
And so when Rodrigo de Paul and Messi get up there and they're feeding him, like, can he score 6 goals and get 100? You know?
Yeah. I don't think he's 100 guy. He just doesn't have.
Neither do I. And I mean, so that's what pushes me away a little bit. Because, like I said, I mean, like, we know what my strategy is.
Yeah.
So I just remember watching and talking to Jorge about Liga MX, about Club Marcos and Monterrey and all of those teams. Just like, what the hell is going on here? And like trying to follow along on like Telemundo as I'm watching the matches late at night, and they're yelling pelota all over the place. I'm like, I got that one, you know.
Can I just talk about the Pulse pricing? The Pulse pricing is crazy right now. I mean, as a football player, he's very good. as a
Right.
Sorare player, I don't get where this valuation is coming from. Even Deke was super high on him when he's like he's going to take sets when Messi is out, which I don't necessarily agree with, but we'll see. But like,
So who is taking
like-
sets when Messi's out?
DePaul.
I
Rame.
I don't know honestly, but like DePaul is a flat player because he's playing more of like controlling mid and bullying anybody who gets close to Messi. So like these are the scores. It's
The
flat,
enforcer.
you know.
Yeah. But I mean, that's
Like-
Busquets, right?
It's
like-
Busquets with a little more muscle, yeah.
Exactly. But like
But,
Busquets
and
was still
actually less
scoring
brain
90
power.
for Miami.
To be fair, less
Wasn't
brain
Busquets
power.
still scoring
but-
90 for Miami though? Like it's a big difference. Like, you know, we're looking at that, and now it's kind of like, Zach, if you're out there and you're playing against like 5-year-olds, is what it feels like sometimes, right? When Messi's got the ball at his
Yeah.
feet, like it's not fair. And all you need to do is give him the ball. And if there's one thing that DePaul is, it's really good at finding Messi and finding his stud, right? And so all of a sudden, like those 75s that you're showing, they turn into, instead of the 1 assist kind of games, they turn into the 3
Yeah.
assist kind of games.
I mean, there's just not the 75s though. It's like the 40s, the constant 40s. Which in the game he was really critical to Miami winning these games. But like Sorare, I'm just talking Sorare. Like these 40s, the dude is going to get you a yellow card pretty much every game.
I love
You
it.
know, he just doesn't have the. He
love
lost. He lost quite a bit here. So that's all. I'm like, again, I love him as a player, and he's going to help us repeat definitely this year. But I'm just talking Sorare scores. I don't get his valuation. I mean, even David Ayala actually technically has better scores.
Let's go.
Who
Is
think,
Ayala
you
even
know,
starting in this team?
So between him and Bright, it's going to be difficult, but we'll see. Somebody's going to win the job.
Right.
But they play a lot of matches, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bright plays CONCACAF and Ayala plays League. I don't know. We'll see.
Or vice versa, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Allende in all this?
Allende's on the right wing flying.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Getting ready to be fed, and Savetti's on the other side.
I literally
Miami
looked
is
today.
stronger
He has
than they
a
could
dollar
ever be
classic
to
card. Allende's classic card is $1.
Because
feel
he'll
like
never
that-
get. He's a negative AA guy.
Is
So
he?
he's
just fun to
a
watch.
60 player.
Besides
He's a
the
60
playoffs,
player.
playoffs was the insanity run.
So he's fun to watch on the pitch, and then you look at his silver scores, you're like, what the fuck? Like, I thought he did all the work. What the hell?
Again, great guy on your team to watch play, not a so rare guy. You know,
Right.
and his price is really high right now. People are looking at that
Miami's such an
playoff run
income.
thinking that's normal.
Yeah. We did have a good question. Chris Holt coming in. How do you feel about Velde at Portland? Portland's always been kind of wishy-washy,
Stock up.
up in the air.
I'm going to say stock up. Had a good finish last year. I think he continues that. I still think they need a new coach, but you know,
He's been there
Who
for
the heck is that?
It's a
Velde?
new forward for Portland. Which, I mean,
Yeah,
what?
he
You
was-
have Felipe
He was there
Moore,
to end the
Anthony.
season last year, right? He came during the summer.
yeah, he was a summer guy.
I remember him actually doing pretty good, but like at that
Yeah,
time, I already
here's-
had the gallery full, so you weren't really bringing in anybody new.
There's the scores. Like
Yeah.
you see, kind of when he came in.
Probably, what is it, August? Yeah, so he came in at the end of the
August. Yep.
Is Jonathan Rodriguez still there?
Just got
No, he
waived.
was
No.
just
Just
got
got waived.
terminated. Yeah.
Okay.
summer. Straight
So-
up terminated. Not even because right now it's Felipe Mora, Anthony's still there. Kevin
Felipe
Kelsey's
Moore's still alive? Oh,
Devin
man.
Cross.
Good for him.
Definitely.
32
It's
years.
so wild. Like I actually
Yeah, DeCostas has shoulder surgery, but I bought him anyway because I can't turn down a Portuguese player.
Diego Chara still being there is I think even more
39.
insane.
He
Yeah.
never gonna leave.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm looking at these ages and they're not as old as I thought they were. That's,
And-
They've just been on the platform a long time. You've seen a lot of their cards.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
The
I remember my
downfall of
first
Phantom
ever
is
win on the
real.
platform. I won Martin van der Voort. And like he's like 46 at this point, you know, and he was U23 back in the day.
Starting this weekend.
Is he?
Yep,
He
he's
has
live.
U20. Listen, he's got U23 till July, man. He's U23 till July.
I'm actually going to use him this weekend in my Bundesliga lineup.
Good for him.
Where, speaking of, and I know this is mostly an MLS show, but U23 still around, and is it worth the play?
It was. There was a time where no one was playing U23 and you could throw in a bullshit lineup and get essence. I think
Right.
there's too many people throwing in lineups now during weekends mainly. You can still get it during the midweek, but weekends, like, you have to have a strong U23.
I think they're
And it's
also moving
it's 7 players, right? It's 7.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to move people towards the U23 arena.
Okay.
100%.
And I know arena's kind of changing too, and that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I don't even like. You're gonna have to have me back on to explain arena to me at some point because I'm just like Dirk
Yeah.
there.
Listen, we're just gonna
I
get you.
love
You're
it.
gonna
I
become
love
a
it, yeah.
regular. You're gonna become a regular.
Yeah,
All right,
and I
I
know,
do have
Thomas,
Bob's-
Go
I
ahead.
do have Bob's. I have Bob's collection gallery up. So if he wants to talk about them.
Yeah, I just tell me what to buy, guys. What to do, how to build my teams.
All right, so right off rip, we got Murderer's Row right up top. This is like going against the Yankees, the '90s Yankees here.
It's like
Then-
so rare, so rare.
Yeah. Then second row, we're still continuing with the hitters. Then third, we still got the hitters. And then fourth, we get into a few collection pieces and Fitz, who unfortunately I don't think is going to do very well for you.
I just like
Which is
I,
a
just,
shame.
I
He's
saw him
back,
and I
dude.
spent way too much
Back.
money on him. Like I remember the good old days for Austria Vienna.
Yeah, where he
Yeah,
was basically the best card on the platform.
He was.
man.
He had like 2 months right before he left where he was easily the best card on the platform.
Yeah,
Like his scores were insane.
yeah.
I
So-
mean, yeah, like defenders obviously is going to be the spot, right? This is what we've kind of talked about. You're just loaded,
Yeah, you're pretty.
but it's
Yeah.
defenders.
I have 2 defenders right now.
Yes,
Get
two
you a
solid
regular.
defenders.
What's up?
No, he does not want to. He does not want a Regulon. We were discussing this. He does not want that.
Can I interest you in a Griffin Dorsey?
So like
Oh man.
this
So
this
what-
is where I'm looking. So
Yeah.
like I definitely need the help on the defensive side.
Yeah. Jeez. You know what?
We
So
all do,
here
buddy.
is where you're getting into the matchup zones. Like this is where you probably want to look out like 5 weeks now and see what matchups you like. Because after Duo, who I think actually is probably the best, he could also be the replacement for Wagner. I think Duo is so good that he might be gone in the summer already, I think. But we'll see what happens. Other than that, man, I don't even know. Like, dude, you have great cards. It's really hard to figure out what defenders you need.
Well, and this is why that question of, do we go for floor or top end? Like with these, it's like there's what I don't understand now, what I'm trying to mathematically figure out is with the streaks, with the guys that I have that are all like the mids and the forwards are all 100 capable, like every one of them that I have there.
Yeah.
So with bonuses, that's 118. So if you get all 3 of them, like you're obviously like really close, but you still need, like, it's still very possible in MLS to play a keeper that gives up, 4 goals and a defender that scores 12 and you still stay underneath the streak. And so I'm trying to avoid that while also maximizing, because I'm not looking at it from a perspective of we need to win the tournament right now, because I think I'm going to go with your path, Zach, of the first week, my best team in the leaderboards. And I guess that's my next question for this panel here. What is my best team that I play in the leaderboards this week?
Ooh.
Let's see.
Ooh. Yeah, you want to pull his gallery back up, Zach?
Yep. Give me a second. I was just scouting defenders, but yeah. All right.
What
I
defenders?
think it's actually, I think defenders is Seattle because they have Colorado at home, and Colorado has been historically the worst team on the road in like the last 5 seasons. Like it's
You're
just, I don't know,
bringing it in.
it's just that they go and drop an elevation, they just don't know how to play or what. But that's what I would start with if we're gonna just say who's the defender I play, and just assume the rest of your pieces are super strong.
Yeah, you could go out and get Thomas because like Seattle's always been good defensively at home, and that would probably be a good rare classic keeper to have.
Who do you want? Who?
Andrew Thomas.
And Andrew Thomas.
Keeper.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
Come on, Seattle.
All right. So what I'm looking at now, I mean, it really depends. Having San Diego play tomorrow night, they play tomorrow night.
Tonight.
They
Tonight.
play tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, they play tonight, so they're going to have a decent layoff afterwards. So that's
another
And
thing
they
we have to
and they
talk
played
about.
their lineups heavy in the last 2 games as well. So like they
Yeah.
probably will still stick out Dryer and Sverskov.
Yeah. I think the top lineup, I mean, again, with not late lock, but later deadline for MLS, one, you'll know if Messi's going to play or not. So I think, though, it's probably the San Diego boys. The San Diego boys
Yep.
with, oh, man, who's the third piece?
Who's the classic? Oh wait, here it is, a classic keeper.
Yeah, the classic keeper. So we can't even really
me-
do much else there.
Yeah, switch over to. Can you filter by just in season outfield players?
Yeah, we can do it this way.
I'm gonna see what I like. So we already have Dryer and Sverskov. Wait, Dryer and Sverskov's son, right?
Sun would be. What's Chicago's matchup?
Chicago plays
They're
Houston.
away
at Houston.
Houston, yeah.
At Houston. Okay, Houston is a team that I'm stock up on. I mean, Sun is probably the play. I just figure that game could either be a real like feeling each other out game for like most of it, or it could be like fireworks. You know, it might backfire.
Yeah, it's
Even though I'm going to play him, I'm trying to help Bob win first place.
Right.
I think it's also though it's like if you don't play Sun and Sun does very well, do you stand a chance to win?
I don't think so.
No.
Mhm.
So and
That was
so
gonna be
this
my
is-
thing.
So Thomas, that was actually my logic when I was still playing before with Messi. It's just like Messi's not always going to score 100, but he's going to a lot more frequently than everybody else. And when he does, you have to have him on those weeks because your other random striker whoever it may be, your Jacob Schaffelbergs or whatever, like they're not going to score 100 for you when you rotate them in. So like what I'm thinking right now, what I currently put in there is for my leaderboard team. It's Sun, Dryer, Skverkov, and I went with Dua.
Yes, Dua.
And I went with Dua because he's been right in the mix of things, especially on set pieces. And Dryer's on set pieces, so it's like one of those, well, if Dua gets a header on a set piece, then I'm getting 2 DAs out of it. And then it comes down to which goalkeeper do we go with. And Thomas, do we know Thomas is starting?
Yes,
really
he is
worry
the-
about Thomas is.
Yep.
Okay.
Easily the starter, yeah.
And Frey's been out of the preseason. He
Okay.
hasn't even been there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
so he's got to work back.
So Thomas, I can go splurge on, and I can do that.
Well, you just get him classic, right?
I mean, that or so. And that's another question.
It allows
like-
Messi to be played, I guess,
So,
right?
So
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is, I'm going to need an in-season keeper if I ever want to play Messi.
Yeah,
I also have
Or
an in-season-
Evander.
I also have
Yeah.
a classic Evander, right?
yeah.
So like, oh no, Bob has to use Messi and Evander and Christian Kalina in Arena. Poor him. But
Problems.
yeah. So what I'm thinking is CJ Dos Santos, Cisniega. The problem is with those two, like I'm spending $300 to like flick a coin flip a coin every week and hope I get lucky. Like I don't know that paying $150 for CJ Dos Santos for week 1 against Montreal, who's traveling all the way across the 2 countries to get over to San Diego to play, if that makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I want Thomas as an in-season keeper is what I really think it's going to come down to. But because they're playing Colorado, I mean, as you said, Zach, you can basically target Colorado every single week. And just play
they're
your
one of the
favorites.
teams. They're
Yeah.
one of the teams you can target.
Yeah.
So here's another thing with Thomas, right? His price is actually pretty reasonable as I'm looking at the market right now. But all you need is Thomas to start, and then Fry's price tanks. Because like right now, people are buying who don't really follow MLS. They're buying like he's the starter still.
He's at $20 right now. Auction limited.
I'm looking at rares though
Which is
I'm looking at
wild.
rares for Bob. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like price wise,
Oh,
like that shows
Yeah,
that people.
that is wild.
But paying up for Thomas now at the beginning of the season with the potential of Fry coming back, it's going to fall off a cliff.
But I
So
don't
you're
think
really
he does
buying
come
it
back.
now.
That's the thing. I think Thomas is the guy. Fry is just the backup now.
No, yeah, the way they've been treating it, it seems like Fry
Really?
is just the backup for sure.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Like, this is
I
the
mean,
swan
if that
song
is
for Fry.
going around, then I'm
Like they were both healthy last year, and Thomas started the last 15 matches. And then Schmetzer said,
but Frey got
he say
hurt,
there was
didn't
a
he?
competition.
He
I
broke
think
he broke his fingers stopping a PK.
Yeah, and then he came back, and I think they just let Thomas carry out the rest of the season.
Right. Okay.
And so, if he's, I guess we'll see. But it does sound
Honestly,
like
that makes me just that makes me want to stay away from it. Period.
But that's what I'm saying. You get both of them. You have to get both because of what has stated. Seattle's defense at home is basically untouchable, or at least they have been.
It's always been that for the last 3 or 4 years. Like they are, always nice.
So that's the thing. Like, what is the price? Like, what does that cost? You know what I mean?
Right now.
Well, no, it's like
no. Like what you're saying?
I'm looking
What's
at
that
Thomas.
cost?
So I'm looking at Thomas right now, and Thomas's rare cards. I'm gonna have to probably bid like $250 on it, which is the exact opposite of what I said I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah.
At the start of the show.
But then you got so much good information that now you want to.
Well, but no,
I
but I
wanna
mean, it goes into like I still need to be able to play Messi, is what that also comes down to as well, right? Because like there's a whole reason for getting him, it's to use him. So Thomas, I mean, his older cards, $35 right now in rare.
That's actually not bad if you're playing classic rare, to be honest. Even for the arena.
Yeah.
For a good defense like Seattle's, like feels pretty good.
Yeah, this is an unknown Colorado team because they have a new manager, right? Who is their new coach?
Let me look.
I actually don't remember who they hired.
Matt Wells.
I have no idea who that is.
Who?
Yeah, I mean, if you can get away not playing Messi week 1 if he's out,
This
that would be
right.
ideal for you.
This is what you need to know about Matt Wells. If you click on his name from the link for the Colorado Rapids, it takes you to a Wikipedia article for the football coach at Kansas State.
Was he the one that came from England?
He came from Tottenham. He was on the first team coaching staff.
Right? Yeah, well, why not?
So, I mean, he was on the coaching staff for Tottenham, so he knows a little bit of something.
I don't know. Tottenham.
What do you think of Tottenham? Shit.
No.
What do you think of shit? Tottenham.
Here, I want to look at these. I want to see what y'all think about these price graphs from last year.
Okay, and I did it, by the way. I just bought a classic Andrew Thomas. So
Okay.
that means lineup set. Andrew Thomas in net, Dua
Yep.
in defense, Zarkov, Sun, and Dreyer. For leaderboards, make a run at the top prize, get some of that money back that I just basically threw into the cards. And then from there, I think that's how do I win essence? Do I win essence from these competitions? Like,
well, you'll get it for the first streak.
for the first streak, you get essence.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the
You
first
get it for the first 2.
Yeah.
And then how do I get clues so that because like my goal is either wait until in-season keepers come down in price, which should happen at some point, or craft one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So clues come from the wheel, occasionally missions, or you just have to pay for them with essence. That like if you don't have clues, you can pay essence to use the clues.
So the MLS thing that was going on, it gave essences or not essences, wheel spins when you bought a card, but it was all limited stuff, right? Those are just limited crafting clues. They're not rare clues at all.
Those are rare. They just have a multiplier to use them, so they will still work. So like instead of it costing 1 clue, for instance, at limited, it costs 5 clues at rare. So the clues will still work for you at rare.
Okay.
Yeah, or is it like 5, 10, or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, it goes up for like super rare and stuff.
Like
It's like 25
10
clues.
Where
Yeah.
do I see it on? Where do I see that stuff on the site?
Okay,
Like,
so go to here. Am I still sharing, Jorge?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so right here, Bob, go to your essence,
Got it,
click
yep.
on like your rare.
Yep.
Click on that, and then right here, down here at the
so-
bottom, you'll see how many clues you have.
Damn, you got a lot of clues.
I had a lot of spins. And then if you want to know your shares, you click on my essence and you'll see your breakdown percentages of what you have in the pot. So I am 56% MLS, 25% La Liga, and so on. So
Wait, where are
you'll
the-
kind of know what your draw will look like.
Zach, where are the clues? I'm hovering over
Down
my
here.
essence right now.
Yeah, okay. Hover over your essence and click on
Yep.
click on
Oh,
limited or
gotcha.
rare.
Okay, gotcha.
Click on it. Yeah. And then your clues pop up when you get to this screen.
How do you buy clues?
You don't buy
Reveal
them either.
nationality. Okay.
It'll
Yeah.
You buy
whenever you're in
cards.
the graph.
Winnie
you-
clues.
Oh, you can pay for it. I see.
yeah,
you
it's
can
like 1,000 essence or 1,500.
Yeah, no, 5 or 1,000, depending on which clue, 500 or 1,000.
So can you use all of these clues in one?
Yes,
Yes, you can use all the clues in one.
Okay.
but you try to use it mainly when you get a special tier 2 special
Yeah,
star.
special tier 2 or special star is when you really want to start using clues. You always want to use reveal highest star count because that'll like determine if you actually reveal highest tier. It's the one that has like a star next to it. Because if you get a
Yep.
5-star shiny, that means there's an actual star in your pool, and then you'll
Yep.
want to use everything you got to figure it out. Also, Sorare Insider or Sorare Inside has a crafting helper, which basically you put exactly what you have on your screen, and it'll tell you the pool of every player that you could possibly get. So, like, you'll know the cards before you actually flip them over, for the most part.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And yeah, like Javik brings up, so the MLS cards, the in season won't go until after the first game log.
That's
21st.
like
21st.
21st.
They actually updated their post, and it says
Post.
the 21st now. Here, let me go to the blog.
Yeah, because I was reading it earlier and it said something about like cards
Yeah,
will
it changed.
be.
It changed in the let's see, latest news.
Yeah. So either way,
MLS,
at some
MLS
point
early
it's
access.
Saturday.
Here it is, down at the bottom. I think it's where it talks about this. Yeah. It talked about crafting on the 21st somewhere. I know I saw it and I was like,
Yeah, I looked at it today too.
There. It's important.
Oh, right here. Important reminder. No, Monday the 23rd. Excuse me.
Okay.
Not Saturday the 21st. Monday now. So I'm just gonna wait till Tuesday,
So that's
just
what
to
it
be
is.
safe and they don't mess up because like they've had issues with the pools before, and I don't want to cash my essence and like ruin it.
And we can try to
Yeah,
rack
the
up essence this weekend too. for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I mean, it's smart. I think pushing it back a little bit does give a little bit more room for the price pools to settle. I mean, not that they're going to settle too much, especially like this early in the season, but in theory, it gives it a couple more days to settle instead of just being the Wild West right now the way it is. Because a lot of cards are going to move up and down this weekend. That's just the reality of it, and that's the game we play.
Also,
Is it-
I have a question. Is anybody here going to try quick play? I know they added it back. Is
Yeah.
anybody going to try it?
I'll shoot for it. I feel like
I might if I have
feel
enough
like I have the
cards.
data to make a run. If I get the right, I mean, I don't know if I have the cards. So it'll kind of be like a case of, do I have the card? If I have the card, then I'll do some analysis and then I'll see if I can.
So Bob, do you know what quick play is?
I just clicked on it. So basically, it's like you have to score 10 over your
10 over your L10, correct? And
Yeah,
then you
so
have
like
you start
if
with
I
one
play,
player,
so
two players.
basically, if I play Messi, he's got an L10 of 92. I can't win.
Correct.
Technically,
basically-
not. Actually, they probably just bump it to 100, right?
The math
They
is
probably
hard.
say he has to hit 100.
Who do we
Yeah,
get
it's a
in
great
on quick
question.
play? I kind of am too. Look, especially now, is this in season only?
Yes.
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 Oh, okay.
Yes. They're not going to let your scrub cards play quick play, dude.
That'd be giving
Okay.
it to me.
So and because I'm kind of you know me, I'm just like Bob. We're putting it all on Bob though. So it's a streak, right? It's basically a streak, the same way as
Yes.
streaks are.
Yep.
We just have to be the L10.
You get
That's-
two players, and I get it's. I think it sounds easier than it is, though. I think that's
1,000,000%.
Not saying that it's easy, but like it's kind of a really fun game.
I love it. I liked it for NBA.
Like if this
when they
dude,
had
if this
it.
think
dude
it's really
starts,
I was
if this
having a
dude
blast
starts,
when they had it for
I should
NBA.
get it.
Yeah, because they were doing like the missions in NBA, right?
Yeah.
Yep. NBA, I remember that from NBA. So that was pretty basic to win. So last question on that leaderboard team. So like I said, we're going with Thomas, Dua, Sarkov, Dryer, and Sun. Who do I captain, guys? Is it Dryer or is it Sun?
It's Dryer.
Dryer is in a bigger smash. He's in a bigger smash spot.
Montreal.
Yes.
Better chance of 100.
All right, that's fair.
Yep.
Now, I'm not even going to talk to you about even squeezing out the last bit of min-maxing because it doesn't make sense for your lineup. And that's not playing 3 guys from San Diego so you could get the extra 2% bonus. But it doesn't make sense with your lineup.
There's an extra 2% bonus? What the
You
hell's
can
going
get
on
up
here?
to 6%
right.
extra bonus. All right, go to here. I'll do it.
Yeah, see, this is why you got to be here, guys.
Go to my flip to me.
Right. I forgot that was a thing.
0% bonus.
So
it's for like
it's multi-team and keeping under a cap. So like
yeah.
right up here, you see how it starts at 6%.
Yep.
If I keep, as long as I pick like let's see, who's my lowest? So DSC.
Lorea.
Yeah, Lorea.
Or Zimmerman. Either of them.
Yeah. Georgie. I have to put a Messi, which is going to ruin me. And now I have basically 15 points, so I can't hit the 260 cap. Which who cares about the two? I don't really shoot for that one, but like you see, I'm going to get an extra 2% because I only played 2 guys from one team, so it's multi-club.
Yep. Okay,
so that's how you can squeeze out an extra. Yeah, so you could squeeze out an extra 2%. It just doesn't make sense with what you have this week to do that. Yep. But just so you know, there's a little bit of min-maxing left for you.
Okay, this is good to know. Cool.
Look at that. That's why you
find a guy with an L10 of 0 who's a starter now, and now you can hit the cap, and now you're
They eliminated that. They eliminated that pretty much. I don't know. I don't even know if there's an L10 of 0 player.
They said they have to have played, not played for 12 months.
But okay, here's the deal. If you look at Incheon players, they have L10 still, and they haven't played in King in over a year.
Maybe in select competitions.
Yeah, right. Shouldn't they be zeros if they just got promoted and they were not covered? Like they haven't played.
Damn.
Yes,
yeah.
They've played, but they haven't played in a covered league. So I don't know what that means. Like, is that since they played in our, I don't know.
I think that's opening a can of worms. Like, how many people leave MLS for a year to a non-covered team and then come right back?
If you have a player that went to USL and played for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds,
we can't afford him.
Champion. Brooks Lynn is still available. Then you come back and play in MLS. Like you haven't played in MLS in the season. You haven't played in a covered league in a season.
Jay Vick is correct. There's one player who you can, in fact, play.
That one.
Oh right, Ricky Pooch.
Ricky Pooch be one. He'll be $5,000 next year.
Hey man, he's running out of legs to break. So I mean, yeah, there you go. Ronaldo would have like Ronaldo at the World Cup would be different. I think them doing like the whole covered league thing is just opening up a can of worms. Like that is just too much. It either has to be one or the other.
I want Ronaldo. I want a Ronaldo
Me
card.
Too. Me too. I want one too.
So, hopefully you don't want a unique Ronaldo card. I did some deep diving about
that. Has anybody won a Sorare competition in the last 2 years with a Ronaldo card? That's my question. Because
I guess we have to look at his scores because it would have to been Euro. It would have had to been Euro 24 or like a friendly.
Because I really just want to know if I'm the last person that ever won a competition using a Cristiano Ronaldo card.
Would you have a rare?
Yeah, of course, man.
Well, he only has, or he doesn't have limiteds.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, he could have had a super.
Yeah, he could have had a super. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't put it past. That's what I didn't think he had the unique, but I was like, he might have had a super rare. I wouldn't put it past Bob to have the super rare.
Yeah. See,
I don't even know how you find this. How to find
without so rare without SD, it's going to be hard because you can't just like look at what each card has done.
Or specific card. Like, yeah, that's a little tough.
You'd have to like look at a card and then go into the managers that owns the profiles like card and see if he used it to win.
Like
there's a lot of Portugal comps too. Granted, in recent years it hasn't been as great.
Yeah,
he does do pretty well for Portugal. Look at all these. Are these? Yeah.
Yep.
When he plays for Portugal, that's because he demands the ball or else he cries on the sideline.
Or midweek Asian champs. Yeah.
Now, again, I do love Ronaldo, but he
Oh,
still
no.
bangs him.
That's not Messi though.
The Ireland game, I remember that.
Nah, because he doesn't get AA.
Right.
That's okay.
If you could get assists for passing the ball to yourself, he would get 100 every time. But it's not
How much are those rare Ronaldos?
250.
Yourself.
250?
Yeah.
I'll wait for him to retire and then try to scoop one as a collection piece.
Right.
one day.
Because I mean, just that hair alone, I'm in. I want it.
He looks
Yeah, I sold
terrible.
mine when I left. I was sad about it.
Damn. I mean, I feel like that's one of those cars that it's just like, if you've been here long enough and you just have a pile of just random stuff anyway, like you kind of want that Ronaldo rare for the vibes, for the history, for the culture, you know?
So here's the card I'll never get rid of, Bob. So this was my must-have when I started to play. When I started to play La Liga, and I had to get a Ballon d'Or and Mbappe, and I was like, "That's it. I'm never getting rid of this card."
God damn it, Zach. Now I'm going to buy one.
Can't flash something like that in front of a Bob and expect them not to go out and buy it.
I wanted to get the Yamal, but it just got too expensive for me. I was like, "All right, another day,
right.
Yamal."
We're almost at 2 hours. You could tell Bob was here
Yeah.
today because we had a lot to talk about. We're at a minute and 40. Yep, or an hour, minute 40. Hour and 40. Shout out to everybody who's hanging out. The chat was popping today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was a great time. I appreciate every single one of you that popped in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Just kidding. Alex, do you have anything else for these lovely people before we get out of here? Anything you want to
Man,
get
you
off your
guys,
chest?
they're not ready for Sporty KC to actually go Fed this year. Like, it's actually our year when you think about it.
Dude,
No
Manu and Jovic, bro.
Zero
Manu
expectations. We could lose every game this year, and no one would think of us worse than they are right now. So, like, I don't know. Calvin Harris on the left is not horrible. Like, we could do something with that. And Jovic is playing second striker, or not Jovic. Shallowy is playing second striker.
Say Jovic is probably going to Mexico.
Yeah, in
These
the summer.
cards are awesome. Holy crap.
Aren't they awesome, dude?
Oh, and
Look
Bob's
at them
just
all
finding a
too.
new
If you go to the
special
specials
editions.
for the younger, like Yamal's like the young guy, they're awesome.
Yeah, Golden Boys. Look at the Golden Boy cards.
Yeah.
God damn
Ooh,
it,
Javik on the Manu Garcia trade.
guys. Oh, I knew I should have come back.
We're about to shop off stream. Not gonna lie.
Baston got Mbappe, rare Mbappe. Messi's possible, Bob. If Mike Baston could do it, Bob could surely do it 3 times.
It's a great card, dude.
Aren't you happy to be back, Bob?
Oh, this is going to be fun, guys.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm canceling my Florida trip and buying Sorare cards. Screw this.
All right.
This conversation was just too fun.
I'm very curious to see. Like, I'm gonna write down how much money I spent. I want to see if I can win enough money back and then sell my cards to Egg Swap Bot and get everything back and just basically be running for free, running it even by the end of the year.
All right.
Dude, Red or Dead, thanks for hanging out. We're trying to be back. We're trying to be back weekly, but you know what? Sometimes we're on a boat, and sometimes we're having babies, and sometimes we're just not here. I don't know. No, let's tell you. But we're trying. We're trying, Red or Dead.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys for wanting the content. That's all that matters. As long as at least one of you wants this content, we're going to keep trying to come out and do it. Thomas,
Speaking of which, wait, do we still have the thing for 1,000 subs gets the Messi card? Do we?
yeah, dude, we'll still
we-
give away a Messi at 1,000 subs.
We
We're
have the
still at
Messi
like
card
9
to give
something.
away. Yeah, come on.
It is still there. Thomas, anything else for these lovely people, Dad FC? Any newborn tips?
Yeah, everyone says sleep as much as you can prior. 100% recommend that. And then, yeah, I'm like hopping in and off just to do a couple things here and there, obviously. But best moment of my life, and would recommend to anyone.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Alex, we know you're on the SKC hopeful train. Zach, anything else for these people?
No, I hope we can kind of get together weekly and go over the past week's games and look to the future about what we're doing on our streaks and stuff. So hopefully the season's back and we're back.
Yes, sir. And Bob, you haven't been here in a minute. Let these people send them off. Let them know. Close out the show. What do you got?
It's not worth winning if you can't win big, boys. Go get it.